Nice and Sleazy in B minor. A lot of it is from the B minor pentatonic, as in the first pattern. So straight down, first octave of that shape, 9/7 on the D, also on the A, and there's a couple of different fingerings. You can play it that way, it's in the standard box shape, and then down to the A on the E string. Last two notes, 5th and 7th. Or as I've written it here, just make the slide down to the 5th fret on the A string, E to D. It really doesn't matter. That's repeated a total of 4 times. The last time you have a little pickup note into the next pattern. So an upstroke on the B, 7th fret of the E string, and it's a pedal tone section from the B minor pentatonic again. So 7th on the E to 5th on the A to 7th on the A and to 9th on the A, back to the root note every time. And we're doing a slide at the end. Then taking essentially that shape down 2 frets, you now have, so 5th fret on the E, 4th, 5th and 7th on the A string. Back up to the previous shape, it then morphs into the verse riff. Just finishing off with B's. The last two B's have got a kind of a bouncy feel, not quite chopped as short as staccato, but that's played through 4 times. Then you get a bar of 2/4 because it's the Stranglers, just to bridge this shape and a pattern very similar to one we've just had. Just 5/7/5 on the A, down to the B, 7th fret on the E string. Now we have on those 5th fret, 4, 5 and 7 on the A. A pedal on the A. Second time through that, the last note is going back to the first note of the previous pattern. So a bit of a stretch with the 3rd finger then, there. Then it continues. Just twice through that time, again the same little bridge. And then the same. Now again with a bounce on the G, 3rd fret, and then just descending a B minor scale on the A string, 5/4, 2nd and open, ending F sharp on the E string, and wrapping up with 2nd and open on the A, 2nd and 5th on the E, and back up to the 5th and 7th frets, A and E string. So as it was in the intro. Then also from the intro, you're back to that pattern through 4 times, and that leads straight onto the chorus again, a bouncy feel. First bar is 6/4 now. Obviously 6/4 the same as the bar of 4/4 followed by a bar of 2/4 we had earlier. It just seems to make more sense writing it as 6/4 this time. Then back to 4/4 on the A string, just 5th and open. Now we've got a shape back to the B B minor pentatonic. So there you have, when it switches to 16th notes, it switches on an upstroke on the 7th fret, the A, then 9th fret, 7th and 9th on the D. Then back down to B blues, in again 16ths, with 3 notes, 16ths, and then one rest of a 16th. Then 9th and 7th on the D string, again 3 notes. Now this next one is, I've listened to the isolated bass track and I still can't decide quite which one of these two it is, but for quirkiness I'll go for, so 9-8, this flat 5, back to the 9, and then 7 on the A string, ending on the D. Either that or just simply F sharp and E repeated. 9-7-9-7. And back to the bar 6-4. And the one on the A string, back to 4-4. And then the same start. Now we have dropping down to the 5th fret, so again 4, 5 and 7 on the A, dropping down again to the G, so 2 short notes, shortish notes. Back to that again. Alright, that's the chorus the first time. Then it leads on to the kind of abstract soundscape stroke solo that Dave creates. Underneath that you've just got 8 times through that verse riff, which and then after the 8th one you're back to that intro riff. So the previous one, the last time through I would change the fingering to end up with your first finger ready to go to that intro phrase. Okay, so it's 4 times through that. And it comes out of that back into the chorus, which is, the first half is the same, second half there's a little bit of variation. We've got the bouncy A 6/4 bar, this one just a 2 notes tacked on at the end of this phrase. So comes back down through the 7th on the D string, onto the 9th fret on the A. So that one the same. Then from the G instead of moving down to the 2nd fret, staying in the 4th position, up to the E, and playing the B and the A on the E string, then down to that long F sharp, then back to leads into the second verse. And the second verse is the same all the way to now. Here we have so kind of combining two halves of previous bars. It ends second and open on the A, second and open on the E, and finally a B note. Play that wherever you want it. So for the Stranglers, that one's pretty straightforward.